Hey, passive affiliates, welcome to week number 3, video number 3.2. We're going to talk about video creation, and in this video, we're going to talk about video editing and voice editing. And if you've seen video editing and you're like, this is so hard, it's not that hard. I'm going to show you a super simple way to do it. And also, if you if you watch the last video and you're thinking about, oh my god, I'm reading this script, oh my god, and I'm messing up all the time, I'm going to show you how to turn that into like a very sexy, nice script and a nice voice editing. So basically, when you mess up and say something wrong, you can basically just cut, retake the entire thing. Basically, so you go here and then you mess up at this word and then you cut and you start at this and basically make it look smooth. So you are right here, as you know, but my goal for this video is to make you realize that it's stupidly simple to do video editing. And also, I'm going to show you how to edit voice when you mess up when recording. And by the end of this video, you can make a video really fast. So to start off, this is the software I use, which is called Adobe Premiere Pro. It's a pretty high level software, but it's the standards right now for video editing. And I would say that it's the best. For Mac, you have Final Cut Pro, which is the top of the line. You also have softwares like Camtasia, Sony Vegas, and other video softwares like that. You have DaVinci Pro, I think, which is a free video editing software. And literally, you can search up free video editing softwares online that are super good. And almost all of them have almost the exact same layout like this. So it can be very easy to replicate what I'm doing right now. So what I did in just a second ago was that I started reading my script. So I started reading the script into the microphone, and right here, I believe, is where I'm reading the
Lack
script.
of confidence in meeting.
Yeah, so here I'm reading the script. So I'm going to take that right into this project folder right here. So now we have the script. And basically this is just the audio, but I'm going to drag it over to my timeline. So let's see here. And as you can see, we have the audio on the lower part and we have the video on the top part. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to zoom in a little bit and I'm going to cut away this entire part right here. So what I do is click on the eraser tool, I cut all of this, I click the select tool, and then I click on delete. Now that is the very slow way of doing it. I have so many keyboard shortcuts on my keyboard, so I might not be doing it just like that all the time. But as you can see, now we have all the text. I just delete this. If you don't want to, and I don't know why I just use OBS, but I just like using it and I don't want to use just Audacity. But what you can do right now.
What is social anxiety? Social anxiety disorder, also known as,
is that we can listen back to our text, but I want to actually boost up the volume. So I think it's very important that you try and hit
what
0.
is social anxiety? Social anxiety disorder, also known as,
but you don't want it to become red. Now, doesn't matter. Let's go in here. And what we're going to do is, I love a service called Storyblocks. And Storyblocks have basically hundreds of thousands of stock videos and stock images. So 300,000 videos, and we have 411,000 images. Okay, so it's a lot. And all these videos right here are so cool, and you can use this in all your videos. There's no license, so you can search for social anxiety, and also you can use the images instead of using Pixabay and all that. And you can use these images. If we just see here, these look very creepy, super creepy. But again, you can use these videos. There are many videos in every single category. There's also many images as well. But let's say that we want to do this completely for free. Well, the way we do that is that we go to Unsplash or Pixabay or the other ones that I showed you in the last video, the PowerPoint slide video. And we want to go here and we want to go here. So we click on Show in Folder. And as you can see, we have downloaded a bunch of images right here. So I want to, is this, no, hold on. Let's do date modified and we can see the last ones. Yeah, so here we go. All the way here to all the way are these. Yeah, so we can probably take all of these images and all we want to do is basically plop them right in here. As you can see.
What is social anxiety? Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is a psychological condition marked by excessive and irrational fear and avoidance of social situations.
So you can see it's not perfect. The reading is not perfect. Now, here you want to do a zoom. So what you do is you go here, and in Premiere we have something called basically, I don't know, the effect controls. And if you click on this one, you can click on scale and you can click on position, and then you can basically, here we've created a keyframe. So basically this is a keyframe and we're gonna animate it right now. So what we do is we can animate it outwards, we can animate it inwards, we can do whatever we want to do. But what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna start at this point. So this is the image we want right now, and I'm gonna zoom in. So I basically flipped those right now. So as you can see, now we're zooming in. So let's listen to this and see how it looks.
What is
Yeah, it was very fast.
social anxiety? Social anxiety.
So we want to have it a lot more. There we go.
What is social anxiety? Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is a
so here we just do, basically I can copy the motion and then it happens on this one as well. I don't know, this image might not be the best one, so we're gonna keep going to the next one. And here we can, for example, do a pan. We can do an upwards to a downwards motion. So just make sure that it is in frame, and then we have right there. And as you can see, we just need the position now. So we're gonna click on that, and then we're gonna click or go to the end, and we go all the way to the top, just like that. And then we place this all the way at the end.
social phobia is a psychological condition marked by excessive and irrational fear and
so I like actually getting them up with the pauses of the text. So let's do this and let's move that. And if I'm doing this a little bit fast, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try slowing it down. But what I'm doing is basically this is the image, right? And then we move this all the way there, so it pans a little bit slower.
It's a psychological condition marked by excessive and irrational fear and avoidance of social situations. It's often...
So do you see how easy this is? You can just keep going like that. And here we can have an image to up to here, or we can keep going. And basically we keep doing just this thing right here all the way to the end.
It's often...
So here we want to do, what do we want to do with this? Basically zoom in, zoom out.
It's often wrongly confused with shyness, which is simply a lack of confidence in meeting new people, and is quite normal in people.
So basically all we're doing is making a slideshow, and people enjoy it. Just like that, and then we keep going upwards. So here we are doing the panning again.
And is quite normal in people with more diffident personality. In fact,
so here we want to cut again, and I just keep going like this.
Most shy.
And this guy is pretty crazy, so I want to have like this guy. I actually want to just have not move at all.
In fact, most shy people,
or just maybe a little bit zoom. So we do like a tiny bit zoom, but not too much.
in fact, most shy people can function quite well in society. Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling. Social phobia.
So here is, for example, here is a place where I messed up the audio, right?
Well, in society, social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling. Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling.
There we go.
Social.
So we cut right there. So I use the cut tool right now, but just a shortcut.
Social phobia.
So here we can cut it again, and here we can cut it, and we can splice it together just like that.
Social phobia, on the.
And what I did right there is something called ripple delete. I don't know. I don't know how to do it without the shortcut, but it's something called ripple delete. Or I think if you click right here, you can click ripple delete, and it moves it.
Social phobia. Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling, and in some cases, most shy people can function quite well in society. Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling, and in some crippling, and
so we just keep moving just like this until the end.
And in
This one we want to do.
And in some cases can prevent sufferers from living a normal life.
Yeah, so at this point you're just watching me basically make the video, but that's it. This is it. So look at the video right now. Let's look from the start to finish.
What is social anxiety? Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is a psychological condition marked by excessive and irrational fear and avoidance of social situations.
Cringy of the how I read that.
It's often wrongly confused with shyness, which is simply a lack of confidence in meeting new people.
So listen, we're not making the greatest videos of all time here. We're just trying to spew out as many videos as possible and make it convert. And as you guys know, it looks good.
Confused with shyness, which is simply a lack of confidence in meeting new.
But I would say that most of this comes from the voice, and to be able to communicate and convey your message well and have a good microphone, I think is so important. I think if you have a bad microphone, you can't do this at all.
People, and it's quite normal in people with more diffident personality. In fact,
the way I would do it is I would also have a text on top. So when we go into, for example, so I haven't written down the entire text, but when we go into like the step-by-steps, I would go into social anxiety symptoms. I would have this right here, and I will have it on the screen when that pops. Also, something we could do is social phobia, on the other hand, can be crippling in some cases, and we can, like, for example, right there, and we can, if we click on graphics, it opens up these right here. And we can insert some of this text as well. We can have a nicer, I like,
and it's quite normal in people with more diffident personality. In fact, most shy people can function quite well in society. Social phobia, on the other hand, can.
So it's basically to...
Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling.
So I want this to stop right here. So let's go to the effect controls. So I want this to stop, and then I want this text to pop up right.
Anxiety. Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling.
And I want to actually remove this. So as you can see, we're just adding another level of our storytelling. We're adding a little bit of text here and there to accentuate our the point of it. And this is mainly to not, as we talked about, pattern interrupts. You kind of want to pattern interrupt as well. If you're just sliding and zooming and stuff like that, you want to have some text over it as well. And you can also enter in some GIFs and stuff like that.
Social phobia, on the other hand, can be quite crippling, and in some cases can prevent sufferers from living a normal life. Social anxiety disorder can sometimes affect people in a general way.
But I highly recommend that you get some videos in there. Like Storyblocks. Love Storyblocks. You can enter in so much stuff. If we just go in here, you can, and by the way, it costs $16 a month. So, and that is unlimited downloads. So you can get unlimited stock footage. And basically what I would do in this case is social, and I would basically have a lot of social interactions, a lot of friends, and a lot of social things, and that obviously makes the video a lot better, you know. So that is just another tip, but you do exactly the same with this than you do with the images. So yeah, that's basically it for making this video. Let's see if there's anything else I left out of this video. You can make a video really fast. That's the thing with these videos. It takes so short, such a short time to make, and literally some of these channels did the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. 100K views. So it works. It's a tried and tested method. I think Be Awesome or Awesome, it's in the niches. I think I show you the ones that just zoom in. All they do is just zoom in. They have a little bit of video here and there, and then they zoom in. That's it. So that's gonna be today's video. Thank you so much for watching Passive Affiliates. I'll see you in the next video.